guys, it's me Samantha here today in my hands, and we have a ton of foundations that I need to go through and decide what's staying, what's going. I don't think I'm going to declutter much because I'm quite attached to a majority of these, but I do want to kind of take an inventory of things, so this is just going to help assist me in that and also just declutter a few things as well. So I'm gonna go with these first. These are the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundations. I have the matte and the dewy, and these are both in the shade Desert Beige, but as you can see, the dewy version is actually lighter, and for that reason I'm gonna let this one go. This is my shade in the winter, so for it to be even lighter, I suppose I could mix it, but I have so many, I just don't need it, so I'm going to let this one go. I have 3 of the Uma Beauty foundations. This is the more recent one I have in Bronze Venus. What is this? T1N. And that one matches me like perfect right now. And I'm still slightly tan. This one I think is more of a winter shade. This one's not only really dark, but just like very warm. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile because I might want to keep it for mixing. But I'm not sure. We'll see. I'll put that to the side. I have the Juvia's Play Stick Foundation in Dominica. She's kind of... And she's actually like the perfect shade for me, but I don't love this formula. It feels like kind of gritty, and I don't know if it's just because it's super old, but I have a feeling it's just crazy old. It has like these little bumps in it, so I'm not gonna put that on my face. We're gonna let her go. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. I have mine's in the shade Medium Dark 13W. This I got so long ago, and honestly I never find the right time to wear it. I got it in the summer. It was way too light for me. I thought I would save it for the winter, and then I never touched it, but honestly I just think it's like a touch too peachy, and I have so many other products that I could probably give this to my younger sister. This would probably match her. She's she's significantly lighter than me, so typically my winter shade stuff fits her in the summer. So I'm gonna see if she would be interested in this. This is the Glowish Multi-Dew Skin Tint, and I have mine's in the shade 08 Tan. I actually like this stuff. I know most people don't, but I feel like it gives like a filter effect to the skin. It is very, very glowy, but I appreciate that, and I like the way it looks mixed with other things as well, so I'm gonna keep this. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation Sunscreen. I have the shade Hazelnut 115. This I found when I purchased it was too dark. I thought I would try it in the summer, but honestly, it's such a glowy product that when I wore it and it was too dark for me, I felt like I looked greasy. And in the summertime, I don't think that's a look that I want because I'm already going to be hot. So I don't want to add to that. So I'm going to just let this one go. These are the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This is a product that, I should tell you what shades I have. I have Medium Deep and Tan Medium Deep. So this one is my winter shade, and this one is a summer shade for me. This is a product that honestly I did not like at first because I used the Tan Medium Deep, which was way too light when I was tan. And then I got the darker version, and it looked so beautiful on my skin that I was like, I must have been crazy. This is just probably like my winter shade. So I held on to it. I haven't used it yet in the winter, but I'm keeping it for that reason. This is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I have mine in the shade Medium 355W. I got this in an influencer box, and it really is like a really good shade on me, kind of beginning of summer type of thing. I love this stuff. It is very pigmented, and I know a lot of people didn't like that because it's supposed to be like a tinted moisturizer type of thing, but I love this stuff, and I love how it doesn't give me like a gray tone, considering it has SPF 30 in it. So she is staying. I have two newer foundations to me that I haven't used enough to decide if they're going to stay and go. So these are going to stay for now. This is the Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation and the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear. I have this in the shade 425 Bis W, and this is in 60 WY. I got these when Sephora had the 20% foundation sale, so I am keeping these for now. This is the Honest Beauty CC Cream in the shade Medium. I don't know if you can see here, but it expires next month, so I'm going to keep this and try to use as much as possible before it goes bad, and we'll see. I mean, I tend to keep things even beyond the expiration date because they're still good, but I do like this. It's not going to match me pretty soon because it's definitely my summer shade. It says medium, but this is a dark medium. If you are true medium skin tone, this is going to be way too dark for you. I would purchase the light. But needless to say, I'm going to keep this one. This is the Milani Glow Tinted Hydrating Skin Tint. This is the medium to dark. I had a medium one and I gave that to my daughter. She's like preteen, but this is like sheer to like no coverage. It just gives you like a nice healthy glow. So she's not really, she doesn't need foundation. This was like, I thought was a good product for her, and I'm going to keep this for the summer months. I think I'm already starting to lose my tan, so it's not something I will use right now, but I do want to keep it for the summer. This is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer in the shade 4W1 Tawny. So I got this in an influencer and I really enjoy it. I think this is a really good tinted moisturizer. It doesn't give a lot of coverage. This is my winter shade, so you can kind of see I'm like in between right now how my skin really does fluctuate. Like that looks like it would be way too light for me, but honestly that matches me when I'm in the winter months. So in like January, February, this will be perfect for me. This is the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. I got this in the beginning of the year when I was very fair. I have Cool Terracotta, 180 Cool Terracotta is the shade that I have. And this matches me in the winter. Like, I felt like this was a perfect match for me in the winter. It does oxidize just a tad, but you can just see like my skin tone clearly varies quite a bit throughout the year, so that's kind of my excuse sometimes with over collecting foundations. But I have these two BB creams that I got on Amazon. This is the Misha BB cream SPF 42 and the Burrito. This is in the shade 29 and this is the shade 27. They're actually quite similar to each other as far as the shade goes. They're very light on me. Beautiful formula. I wore them around the house just to get a feel for the formula, and they're gorgeous. I'm gonna offer these to my sister. I think she would really love them. The formula again are really nice on it. It's hysterically too light on me. I look like I am wearing a straight kabuki mask. These are two that I'm kind of keeping, but I'm on the fence on whether or not I love them. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. I have the shade Tan Sand. I've had this literally forever. I smelled it. It smells fine, so I'm gonna keep it, but this was like a perfect match for me. I just haven't used it in like ages, so I don't really know if I love this. But I did remember loving it, that this is like the third bottle that I had from it. So I know this is something I used all the time. But I need to play with that again. Obviously, it's too light right now. So I'll kind of show you. This is, again, like a winter shade foundation. So I squirted way too much out, but this is what that looks like. So obviously it is way too light for me to use right now, but again, this is something I would wear in the winter time. So, all right. So these are like some drugstore tinted moisturizers. I have the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh in the shade Medium Deep Sheer 130. I have the NYX Born to Glow in the shade Golden, and the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil in Golden Caramel. I want to hold on to all of these because honestly, this one I haven't used because when I got it, it was way too light and it probably will match me in the winter. This one, I got it at the end of last winter, so then I ended up getting tan and not being able to really wear it. This one I just purchased kind of recently. I was buying the Maybelline Dream, what is it called? It's the same version. I think it's the Fresh, but it has salicylic acid. I was buying that for my goddaughter who has a little bit of acne, and I picked this up and I haven't really used it, so it's too light for me right now. I have two of these Milani cream foundations. I have 260 and 258. I remember loving these so much, and then this came out and I fell in love with this. I feel like the color in this is just so much better. I feel like the color in these are good, but they're just slightly more pink. And I don't know, it's been a while. I'm gonna hold on to them to kind of use a little bit more, but I don't know if it's just me, but like this one's definitely kind of pink, and that one is the 258. So maybe I'll get rid of that one. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get rid of that one because I know it kind of matches me, but when I put this on my forehead, it looks... So I got distracted by a phone call and I don't know exactly where I was. I do think everything on this side had been accounted for. So we were talking about these, I think. These are the Milani Cream to Powder Foundation. And then I have, this is 258 and 260. And then I also have the Good Apple KVD in Tan 60. And I found that this was like the best match for me in the winter. It was like, I fell in love with this. I have a video of me trying this and I will put it in the eye. I love this. I find that this one's just a little too cool for me, so I'm gonna let this one go. I'm gonna keep this one in 260 and see if I still love it like I remember. But this one, I remember just like, it's just a touch too cool. So when I wear it, it just looks slightly off. I rather go a little warmer than cool. Like even with neutral shades, sometimes I can get away with neutral most of the time, but if it's just a tad too pink or peach, I just don't like the way it looks. So I'm gonna let this one go. These two are ancient old. They don't even make this anymore. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation. I have caramel and almond. These are crazy, crazy old, and I still really enjoy them. I like mix them sometimes, but I think for the sake of my skin not becoming like having some kind of reaction, I should let these go. It breaks my heart that they don't make these anymore, and I haven't found a stick foundation that does it like they do. They don't smell or anything. I kind of want to keep them. Will I use them? I don't know. I'm gonna put these in the maybe with this Uma Beauty, and we'll revisit it later because I'm having a hard time with those. It might just be like emotional trigger thing. This is my Pat McGrath Sublime Fetish Perfection Foundation. I have the shade 17, I'm pretty sure. Yep, medium 17. I love this stuff. This is more for a winter shade for me, but sometimes if I share it out and just do like a tinted moisturizer deal with this, I can make it work even when I'm a little tan. I just love this formula. Like, it looks beautiful on the skin. This is the Natasha Denona. I feel like I have another bottle of this somewhere. Ha! I found 2 hidden foundations. These I think I also got in that sale for 20% off in it, or I can't remember when. But I have 2 of these. I remember this one being light. This is 42 WY medium beige, and then I ordered, and I think this is still kind of light, but this is the 50 WN medium ombre. I need to figure out which shade is going to be best for me, and even if this is light, I mean, it's so pricey that I think I might use this Uma one to kind of darken it up a little bit. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with the lighter one. I'm going to definitely keep this one. This one I need to play with when I'm lighter and see if I can mix it. It's just so expensive, and I think they're discontinuing this, so I don't want to just toss it. If I can make use of it, which I want to do, then that's what I'm going to do. This is the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation in the shade Golden Tan. Let's take it out of the box. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to put this over here. All right, the NARS Radiant Foundation in the shade Syracuse. This is a staple of mine. I've used this. I've purchased this, I think, 2 or 3 times. I love this stuff. It's one of my top favorites of all time. It's just a very reliable foundation. Then we have the Morphe Filter Effect. This was a collaboration with Danessa Myricks, and I have the shade Tan 18. This was the perfect shade for me in the winter, and I haven't worn it since because obviously I tanned since then, but this was like, when I used this, it was like a favorite right away. I just loved this formula. It's so, like, has such good coverage, and it felt beautiful on the skin. I really liked it. It lasted all day, especially when I was working in the office and wearing masks and all of that. So yeah, I love that foundation, so it is staying. This is another one I love. That's an easy yes. This is the Physician Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir. This is in the shade Medium to Tan. The problem with this foundation is I think it might be soon to be discontinued. I feel like that happens all the time with Physician Formula foundations, but also like the range is horrible. And this, they don't even have the excuse of this being like a tinted moisturizer. They just have horrible ranges. So yeah, I love this foundation. It just makes me so sad that they can't get it together with their shade range. This is one that I felt like was trying to be the Physician Formula. This is the Rare Beauty. What did they call this? I can't remember. I think it was a serum foundation. I have the shade 320W. I have days where I love this, and then I have days where I absolutely hate this. I just find that I have to set it. I have to set it. Otherwise, I just don't care for it. I'm going to keep it because I think it's okay, and I don't know. I feel like I should keep it because it's very popular. But I'm just going to keep it. This one, I feel like I've decluttered like 17 times. This is the Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Foundation. I purchased this because of Makeup by Blake. she has a YouTube channel called Alexis Blake or something. She does beautiful, beautiful makeup, and I've seen her use this a number of times, and it looks so great on her skin. I purchased this in Neutral Tan 21. I thought it would look amazing on me. It looked horrible. For like the first 10 times, I kept putting it to the side to declutter, then pulling it back out, trying it again. Recently, I feel like I got to the sweet spot of this. I feel like it was like separating or something before, and I feel like now it got rid of like whatever liquid or oil or whatever that was coming out, and it actually looks like beautiful thick foundation, and it goes on very nicely. And it felt like I would shake it forever and it would still come out very runny, and it was just not very attractive on the skin. But it looks really, really good on the skin now. And this shade works really, really well for me. I know it's hard to tell on my hand because my hand's so dark, but on my face it looks great. Then we have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter Foundation in the shade 8 Warm. I really enjoy this foundation. I felt like it was super light on me when I first got it. I did a video and I looked like I looked like a geisha or something. It was like crazy, but when I got like true winter skin, January, February, it looked really, really nice on me. So I'm going to keep this. It matched well then. And if I need to darken it again, maybe I can go in with that Uma Beauty and kind of rectify that situation with this. Something I'm going to get rid of is the Flower Beauty Heat Wave bronzing essence. This is really, really interesting product. I feel like mine's has gotten a little weird and old and like goopy. It never really picked up good out of this like syringe thing, which is weird, the packaging, but it's a little cooler than I like. It looks warm in the bottle, but I feel like when you mix it in with, and even just by itself, it looks warm. But when you mix this into like a foundation, it starts to turn a little weird and cool. It changes color. So I don't like that. And I just don't feel like I'm going to use something like this very much. I haven't found a lot of that I've used this very much, as you can tell. Like I've only used this much here, so let me see if you can tell. I haven't used very much, obviously. So yeah, I'm just going to let this one go. Maybe my sister will want to try it. The dropper on it sucks. I wish they never used that packaging. It never really worked well. But I have 2 of the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation in the shade 322. What's the name of that shade? Warm Honey. I love this stuff. It's a staple. I really like it. It's super affordable. I'm going to keep these. I have 2 of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have Praline and Brulee. This is like my true summer shade. This is like what I can wear right now and kind of through the winter a little bit. I'm almost done with this. I'm like just halfway. So I really want to challenge myself to use this, although I think it might be like getting at the end of its shelf life, because the last time I wore it, I broke out, which never really happens with this. I'm going to use it 1 or 2 times more to see if it's really this foundation or something else that I was using. But if that happens, I'm going to declutter it. And this one's newer, so I think this one should be good for a while, but we'll see. I mean, I can't wear it till next summer anyway because it's significantly darker. So I have 2 of the Maybelline Screen Queens. I have 410 and 420. I'm going to keep these both. This is like one of my top foundations that I love. Yes, please. Another foundation at the top of my list are these. Let me switch this around. Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundations. I have these shades Sable and Caramel. These these are like really good shade matches for me between the seasons. So I love this foundation. This is probably, I would say this is number one of all my foundations, is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. I just love the way it looks on my skin. I feel like it makes me look youthful in a way that none of these other ones do. And you know, I'm 36. I need all the youth I can get. So I love this stuff. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We have the Guerlain L'Essentiel Natural Glow Foundation in the shade 045W. I am going to keep this. It looks absolutely stunning on the skin, but I will tell you right now, every time I use this, I break out. Every single time. I don't know what it is. I don't have the worst acne prone skin. I mean, I do get acne sometimes, but it's not crazy. But every time I use this, it breaks me out. Ugh. I feel like though the Flower Beauty Light Illusion would be a good dupe for it. I do feel like they're very, very similar in my eyes anyway. Then we have the Catrice True Match, or the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation Hyaluronic Acid Long Wear in the shade 065 Cinnamon, Warm Cinnamon. I really like this foundation. I tried this around the same time as the Morphe Filter Effect, and I felt like I used the Morphe Filter Effect so much that I almost forgot if this was, I knew it was good and I liked it, but I felt like it was not as good as the Morphe one. But the Morphe one was like $20 and this one's like $12. So I don't know. The price difference I feel like is not that much, but it is good for a drugstore and it's fairly new. So I'm going to keep this one. This is the, what is this? The IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better Foundation. I got the shade. What shade is this? Tan Neutral 42. I really like this stuff. I feel like this is what the Huda Glowish was trying to do or be, but like obviously it's less coverage and they didn't do a great job. I mean, in comparison, I think this is just a really amazing foundation. I got this and I used it and I honestly didn't think that I was gonna like it that much. I just wanted to try it because it was brand new, and then I fell in love with this. This is like a really, really good foundation. What do we got here? A few more. Maybelline, this is the Superstay in 312 Golden Dior. This oxidizes a lot, so that's why I have a lighter, quote unquote, lighter shade than I do in the matte and poreless. I like this if I'm looking for an all matte look. It's very, very rare, and as you can tell from my other foundations, I don't really have very many matte foundations, and for that reason, I'm going to keep this one so that if I want that option, I have it. The next one is newer to me. These are the L'Oreal True Match. I'm going to just move some of these around. Yay, we got space. Okay, so these are the L'Oreal True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. They're tinted serum. I wouldn't say like they're a foundation. They kind of, for me, fall in the category of like a tinted moisturizer. And I have the shade 6-7 and 7-8. I used 7-8 a lot in the summer and really, really enjoyed it. And then I bought 6-7 for the winter. I don't really use the dropper on this. I kind of just rub it on my skin like this. But it's really, really pretty, like glowy, beautiful. I mean, it has a decent amount of coverage, but it's not like you can't see my freckles anymore. Look how pretty that looks. And this is the darker one. So obviously it's slightly too dark for me right now. And so that's why I went and got the shade down. I feel like that is quite, I don't know if you can see, quite a bit of a jump. So when I try to use this one, it's too light for me currently. And so I have to mix. So that again is the problem with these tinted, you know, serums or tinted moisturizers. They try to get away with doing fewer shades, but there's always going to be somebody that's kind of in the middle that you're going to miss. Like, this is too light for me. I'm somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle. All right, these are, I feel like I talked about this one. These are the last of it. We have the Morphe, what did they call this? Hide and Peak Serum Foundation. This is Hint of Butterscotch. I've only used this like once or twice. I really should use this more to see how I feel about it and then decide if I want to keep it or not. This is the Fenty Skin Tint. What did they call this? A Dewdrop or something? Ease Drop. I have the shade 13. I absolutely love this stuff. Holy Grail status. This is amazing. Great coverage. Matte finish. Just like, it's beautiful. Lightweight. I love this stuff. And the packaging is cool. It's kind of cheap, but cool. Then we have the Sephora S-Clean. This is freaking amazing. If you haven't tried this, you should. It's only like $20. And I actually, you know, with the new Rouge sale coming up, I think you get a larger discount off of the Sephora collection products. So if you're looking into that, I would definitely look into this one. It's amazing. And I have the shade 21. I use this in the winter-ish months. As you can tell, it's kind of light for me right now. But I adore this stuff. This is like definitely high on my list. As you can tell, I don't love, my favorites tend to be more in the drugstore range, but very specific, like glowy stuff. This is glowy. The Flower Beauty one is glowy. Or like a natural finish. This is like the XX Revolution. I think this is their luminous foundation. It's luminous in the sense that not in the sense that it's glowy. It's luminous in the sense that it has kind of a radiance to it. So there's kind of a pearl in there to kind of make your skin look radiant. But I wouldn't, it is like quote unquote luminous, but it's not glowy, or I wouldn't call this glowy, or I wouldn't call this like dewy. It just has like a sheen to it. But it's really, really pretty. Like, it looks so nice right there. But it's definitely like a summer foundation. I can't wear this in the winter. Well, I can wear it right now, probably. And then winter comes, it'll be too dark. And then the last one is this e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. This is in the shade Caramel. I've had 3 of these. It's a good foundation, but I have trouble finding my match. I think my perfect shade would probably be Honey, which I haven't purchased. And honestly, with the amount of foundations I have, I don't really want to. So I don't know if I should just continue to use this and make it work. You can see it's very close to my skin tone, and some of these other ones you probably thought, oh, it doesn't go with you because it's too warm, but it is slightly pink. And when I wear it on my face, it pulls that way. I'm going to keep it because it is really pretty. I just don't see myself reaching for this that much. And maybe that should be a goal, that I actually do try to make myself reach for it. I just don't want to waste my time with something that I'm not loving and then watch the things that I love expire. So I'll have to figure out a balance with that. But that is everything. I can't think of another foundation that I have anywhere in the house. So that is all of them. Let's see how many I got rid of. These are the 3 maybe things, and I'm actually not going to make a decision right now. I'm going to hold on to these for maybe like a month more and then make a decision. I know that seems kind of crazy, but I just want to see if I actually use this to like darken anything, or if I reach for these at all. If I don't reach for them in the next few weeks, I'm gonna toss them. They're so crazy old. I think I'm keeping them more out of nostalgia than like me actually going to use these. So with that said, I am getting rid of 5 foundations, the bronzing essence, and I'm gonna toss this out. So I'm getting rid of 6, and I don't know what to call this stuff. It's in my foundation stuff, but it's not really a foundation. Yeah, so I'm getting rid of 6 things. 1 thing to go in the trash, 5 things to discuss with my sister, and this also to go to my sister, but I don't know if we should count that as a foundation. Should we bring out the concealers? This is getting very long. I think I'm going to take them out anyway, and we'll just see how it goes. All right, these are my concealers. Again, my excuse is that I have my skin tone changes a lot throughout the year, but who knows, it's probably a whack thing. This is an expired primer that I need to get rid of. I'm going to throw that away right now. So there's some in here I know I want to get rid of. Where are they? These are the Morphe 2 Hide and Peak concealers. They are very close to my skin tone. They are very matte and they oxidize. I really just don't see myself reaching for these, and I don't enjoy reaching for them. And my under eyes are probably the thing I want to cover up most on my face, so these are going to go. I will see if I can find a home, but I might not. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer. I like this formula, but it's very light on me, this shade, which is Tan Sand. So for that reason, I'm going to let this go. Concealer is the one thing I don't want to mess around with. We're going to get rid of this LA Girl Pro Conceal, whatever, Peach Corrector. I never use that. These are the concealers I'm not sure about. This one is like a perfect match for me, but it does not cover my circles. I have to put this one underneath and then put that one on top. This one is too light, but matches me when I'm in the winter kind of. Well, it's like a brightening. I'm going to keep these and use them like a couple more times this week and make a final decision, but I guarantee you I'm going to get rid of these. I will put a pinned comment below and let you know what is the result of this, but honestly, I think I'm going to get rid of those. What else do I want to get rid of? I feel like this one I resurrected. This is the She Glam Eye Candy Pro Long Concealer. I got, I don't know what shade, candy corn or something. I don't know what it is. This actually has really good coverage, and the color is pretty good, even though I don't know what color it is. And the problem is that it creases. It creases. Gets into my creases. I don't know. I feel like I want to use it one more time though. Let's see what else can we get rid of offhand. What else do I hate? One of these nude sticks I wanted to get rid of. Not this one. This one. This is in the shade medium 5. I don't enjoy that color. This one I will keep because it's kind of like a corrector color. If you can see, it's a little peachy. So I would use that as a corrector and then put regular concealer over it. So I'm going to keep that one. I love my e.l.f. ones. They're not going anywhere. I love my Pat McGrath. I love my Too Faced. I really like this, and this is actually almost done. I know it doesn't look like it because it's been rolling around, but it's like probably right like halfway, and this is a very thin tube, so I think I can actually use this up fairly soon. This is brand new. I haven't used it. I'm surprised. I thought I had more that I was getting rid of, but I was going through these fairly recently, so I think this one I can probably... Am I going to get rid of this? No, not yet. That looks like a good shade, so I'm going to keep this one. This is in case you're curious, this is XX Revolution in 12.2. All right, so I'm going to keep the rest of these. I'm just going to make a decision, get rid of the Uma Beauties and then the Nude Sticks medium number 5. I can't be bothered. So in total for the concealers, I'm getting rid of 8, which I think is pretty good.